Okay, hello, soul family. This is Bret Lawson coming from you from Eternal Consciousness, Part 3. I just want to say that life is good. And the reason why I can explicitly say that is because that is my belief system. You see, you are what you eat, you are what you believe. And I believe life is good on purpose. As a result of that, I can only draw to me good things. See, we emit what we want to receive in life, and realizing that we create our own experiences in life. And through creating our own experiences, it causes us to pursue what we call the pursuit of happiness. The pursuit of happiness consists of being an intentionally creator, knowing what you want and knowing what you don't want in life. I put no caps on my life. What you see is what you get, because being who you are really emits your true essence in life. See, putting caps on causes you to have what we classify as masses. And in masses, it demonstrates fear and demonstrates poor self-image. It demonstrates all kinds of personal complexes. And there's no need for it. You know, when you know who you are, when you know that God is you and you are God, meaning the love that you emit from your life, that's how you're in the image of God, by the love, period, 10 toes down. And realizing that, you draw to you what you want to experience in life. If you believe in demons and devils, hey, that's what you're going to draw to you. Me, myself, that's not where I'm at. I didn't come all the way here to the physical to waste my energy on low vibrational things, you see. And so basically what I'm doing is focusing in on a high vibration that causes me to emit that frequency in my life to draw the things that I want, that I consider is good. Case in point, I'm living off grid. Man, life is good. Life is real good. On my last episode, I was sharing with you how I became one with the universe. One meaning butterflies landing on my shoulders, deers coming up to me, letting me rub them on the head, rabbits stopping me in the middle of the road and letting me take footage of them, birds and squirrels at random spots in the universe allow me to feed them while cars are still pumping gas. They're not leaving. And, I know where all that happened because I'm aware of my surroundings. I know who I am, you see, and I know whom's I am. So as a result of that, I just want to tap right in. I want to give a shout out to my great grandson, Josiah, better known as JoJo, in Southeast Asia, in Thailand right now. And Papa loves you. And I hope everybody in Thailand is doing well as so much, and the whole thing is that I want everyone to understand one thing, and that is you create your own experience in life by the way you see life, you see, and by the way you see life, that's your life experience, you see, and realizing that if you don't like the way you're experiencing life, then you're the only one that can change it. And the only way you can change it is changing your paradigm of thinking. And your paradigm of thinking consists of your traditional way you believe. See, thoughts are like downloads, just like in a technology system, and downloads become hard drives if you keep them in that program. And so when your download becomes a hard drive, actually, it becomes your belief system. So, case in point, I have been actually going through a series of contrasts, uh, not in a negative aspect, but just to cause me to calibrate to where I want to be. And it has actually given me fuel for my life to be able to express myself in this way to you. There's been relationship after relationship that has not been what I thought would be something as a completion in my life. But I began to realize that, hey, Bret, you have options. You don't have to look at everything in a devastating way. Okay, this person didn't work out. So, don't get stuck on that. Just realize basically it's like going to a shooting range. You practice makes perfect. And as a result of that, I feel that because of that type of mentality, or shall I say, conscious way of thinking, I'm getting closer to the manifestation of what I really want in my life as, what we would call a divine empress in my life, my person. And, I am. I'm in hot pursuit of it, but I'm not discouraged at all because I realize it shall come into my fruition if I do not get discombobulated, okay, and start basing things concerning things in a fearful way or a condemnation type attitude, because the word even says that he did not give us any condemnation. So if he didn't give it to us, I don't want it. So when I realize that I'm feeling condemned, I realize that it can only be coming from my own mindset, and in that, I quickly pull away from it. You see, um, contrasts. Contrasts in life is not to be something that is devastating. The layman term of contrast meaning trials and tribulations. But I like to use the term or the phrase contrast because it more easily specifies what really is going on. It causes us to see, if it's warranted for our lives, meaning good for our lives, or if it's not. You see, but we got to go through the hot stove syndrome of life. You tell a child, case in point, don't touch that stove. The child has to touch the hot stove. That's his spiritual DNA or his vibrational, or shall I say, his energy DNA. And he learns through realizing that stove is hot, that makes him don't want to touch it again. So in that term and in that term alone, I realize that I have to experience things that sometimes that just don't fit, what I want in life. But had I not experienced it, I would never know that. You see, I can't go by what mama and daddy say. You see, in the aspect, I wish life could be that easy. Learn from my mistakes. It doesn't work like that because you have your own program, you have your own options, you have your own system, your own way of thinking. You see, and so because if you didn't, you would be a drone, you'll be a zombie, you'll be a robot. You see. And nobody can control anybody. You hear people say, she made me, he made me do it. Do you realize that's the weakest thing that you can ever say to a being? Because what you're saying is that this other person has mind control over you. And that's a flawed premise. Nobody has mind control over anybody else. You see, you emit through your life what you want to experience by what you believe. You see, case in point, I love fall weather. You see, oh man, I mean, nothing like the fall weather. The coolness after we've been in the blazing sun, all summer long, and then fall comes along. I'm observing the foliage, the leaves turning colors. I'm going to the park, I'm doing my Tai Chi. I'm enjoying the sunsets, because it's not as bright as when it's summertime. You can actually gaze upon it. You get spiritual downloads. It's just something about fall weather, but everybody might not like fall weather. But that's my prerogative, you see? That's what I love, and I basically enjoy it as an adventure of my life, you see. So realize that you are the creator of your life. There is no such thing as you getting it wrong, because only thing that you're doing is trying, you're experiencing. You see, there have been great inventors, even Gerald Ford, when basically when he was inventing the car, he actually failed several times. I mean, several times, and people like Einstein, even Martin Luther King, even Malcolm X, they didn't have it all together at first. Malcolm X went to prison before he got his first real purpose in life, you see. And, so we cannot try to cause ourselves to be in a box, or shall I say a herd mentality, because when you're in what we call a domestic herd mentality, you're following a rule book that was written by unperfect people, first of all, that actually distinguish how life should be. Instead, follow your intuitions. Follow what you want. Follow what you want to receive in your life, and realize that it's okay. It's okay to what we call fail. It's okay to what we call stop in life. It's okay. Just like this phone. That was the universe saying it's okay for me to pick this phone up and now cut it down cut the volume down. I don't feel embarrassed. I don't feel like I missed the mark. That was just a confirmation, you see, as far as what I was talking about. So stop being so hard on yourself, soul family, about being imperfect, because imperfection is what makes a person. Imperfection is what makes us. Imperfection is what causes us to evolve, you see. And as we begin to realize that, we realize that in that we grow. And as we grow in that, we realize that nothing can stop that ever again from happening in our lives. We got to realize one thing, that we are human beings. The analogy of human beings is being imperfect and learning from it, you see. But we have coined the phrase of keeping up with the Joneses type mentality, having to be so perfect. How did I do? Having to get validation from others. It's not necessary. What is necessary is you being true to yourself and knowing who you are in life. You're going to what we phrase as mistakes. They're going to be labeled as mistakes to others. But to you, they should be labeled as experiences. You see, should never anything stop you from pursuing your happiness in life. Because that is the most important thing in life. It's not about what Mr. Jones thinks about you, man. It's not about what Mrs. Jones thinks about you, baby. It's about how you feel about you, you see. That makes you who you are. And as you realize that, then you'll realize that you are perfection, meaning God's perfection. Understand that when you take the equation of worrying about how other people see you, okay? Because your life is a platform. Everybody's life is a platform. But when you begin to understand that it is your platform and that you do not have to get validation from anybody concerning your platform except you and your inner being, which is Source. You see. And Source is in everything. Source flows in everything. When he told Moses, I am that I am, he was saying, I am whatever you want me to be, Moses. I am the wind. I am the fire in this burning bush. I am the sea that parted for you. I am the eagle that flies. I am the manna that came down from the sky and fed the multitude. I am that I am. And don't be intimidated by the low vibrational religiosity type naysayers. Because, see, methodically, they were putting your life to poke and prod at you to cause the real you to come out, you see. Because the true essence of who you are is what makes a difference in life. You have no need to feel guilty if you feel like, that you need to tell a person how you feel. There's no need for that, But at the same time, you have no need to allow that person to make you feel a certain type of way by you telling them how you feel about them. Everything works together for the good of them that love. And notice I say love intentionally because we are God and God is us. And I'm unapologetic for it. You see, love it, leave it, lump it or bump it. I'm unapologetic. I know who I am. I am the express image of Source, contrary to popular belief. And King James, yeah. Because where I live, there is no condemnation. Where I live, there is no backsliding. There's only experience. There's only true, pure, positive energy. You see? And realizing that I chose to come into the physical as a non-physical into this avatar called Bret Lawson. And every integral part of this experience fuels who I am. I have been through such a series of broken relationships in the past month as a result of my platform. You see. Does that make me feel less? No, it causes me to be more stronger and realize, okay, well, I don't want low vibration in my life anyway. I'm a high vibrational person. In layman's term, I guess high maintenance. But I'm unapologetic for it because I'm in the pursuit of what I deem as happiness. Should you settle for low vibrational people to try to appease their energy? I don't think so. You should be who you are so that people can see a clear path of who they want to be. For me to shrink my personality to fit someone else will not work anyway. Source will make sure that it is cut off. I don't care how fine, how pretty, how sexy you are. If you're not on a high vibrational level like I am, it won't work. It has to be reciprocity, equal give and take. You see, realizing that we are experiencing our life the way we want it to be. And what's wrong with that? Christ left us that example. Case in point, you see me walking on water? Hey, guess what, Bret? You will be able to walk on water in even greater things. Yeah, that's how I interpret it. And I think Ray Charles could even see that. That's what he was saying. I didn't get stuck into the domestic concept of it. I'm not a domestic herd follower. I don't follow the domestic herd. That's blind leading the blind. And I'm not there. I won't never be there, you see. My children's children or my children will never go in a grocery store and someone unload and kill everybody. Why? Because I don't teach them to believe that way. It is not in their belief system. They have no fear in that. So therefore, they will not draw that concept in their lives. You see. Understand that you are what you believe you are. If you believe that there's a hell, then you create that. But it is not reality for everybody. And you cannot try to bring a debate to somebody that don't believe that way. You can, but it won't work. It'll just make you see how karmic you are, how low vibrational you are. To have such, and I'm saying debate, but really it's an argument. You having so much anger in your heart because I am different from you. What purpose does that serve? Are you telling me that my life disturbs your life because I oppose the way you believe? Is that not the pot calling the kettle black in a sense? Is that not judging? You see, the concept of love and belief, because that's the only thing that matters, is knowing that you are of God, that you are God and God is you. That's why we're here, to express the image of him, his person through us. And I mean everybody, from the drug dealer, from the murderer, from everybody. There is a God consciousness in that, you see. And once you get over the traditional mandates or rules, you'll begin to live a happier life. You got so many people that have what we call lucre, money, fiat, but are so miserable, on the verge of every day committing suicide. You don't have to be like that. You can have fiat and you also can have pure positive energy flowing through every fiber of your avatar. Just put aside all those imaginations that tries to usurp against the source in you. He's in you like he's in me, like he's in my grandson Jojo. He's in all of us. It is up to us to find source in the individual. Source is on the person that's got the bucket on the side of the street asking for money. There's a purpose why source has got that man on the side of the street. He's speaking to us. But instead, we use a traditional interpretation and say, oh shit, he a beggar. You know, I ain't finna give him nothing. It could be a test and see if you're able to give. If you're able to love. If you're able to bear your heart. You see, you can be the hardest, what we call the hardest of a G. And in the essence of you, who created you is still in you. You see. Me, myself, I have no fear complex. Not at all. And when I say not at all, I really mean that. You see, no fear of death, no fear of poor self-image, no fear that I need validation from anybody to tell me I did well. You may label it as conceitiveness. Hey, that's your opinion. It works for me. I'm flowing. Butterflies land on my shoulder. What about you? Huh? So, family, what I'm conveying to you is that it's all about you bringing the true essence of who you are in life. And you were created through pure positive energy. An analogy, Love. The birds sing because of this analogy. The bees suck the nectar to create the honey because of this analogy. The stars and the cosmos and the planets are in existence because of this same analogy. We need to begin to focus in on our inner being, meaning our subconscious, meaning that still small voice. Because if you begin to realize and be aware of that subconscious part of you, you'll begin to flow in harmony in life. Nothing will be deemed as negativity to you. I don't care if she leave you tomorrow. You'll be like, I ain't gonna chase her. She'll be back. You see? You do not have to be moved by what anyone else does in their life. Make your own quake in life. The analogy of quake is when a boat is moving forward, it leaves a quake in the back. Make your own quake. Make your own path. Leave your own breadcrumbs. Make your own legacy. It's so important and vital to do that, but do it in an aspect of pure positive energy. Whatever you do, do it in pure positive energy. That's all I'm saying. What's understood don't need to be explained. You know what is pure and positive. You know what it means. And live by that. Don't allow the influences of the low vibrational karmics or naysayers to be a viewpoint for your life. Or do you control your own mind? Do you control your own thoughts? Or are you controlled by a system? You see, I don't care who's really in office in the presidential office, because bottom line, I answer to a higher intelligence because I know who Bret Lawson is. My life goes as planned. And it makes a difference. It really does. So, family, I love you so much. That's why I take my time to come before you and to share with you that you have a choice in life to either live negatively or either live a pure, positive energy, conscious way of life. It's all even in what you've been taught in religion. Study to show yourself approved. The things that I'm saying is not sacrilegious. It is lined up with what has been given to us as the Word of God. But I'm just not a cookie cutter speaker. You see? My interpretations, and the Word says you shall know them by the love that they show one towards another. And if this is not love, I don't know what is. That I would come miles away out of my sanctuary of peace, living in the wilderness, living basically off the grid, and enjoying the acres of land that I wake up to every morning, to come to you and speak how I really feel, the downloads that Source has given me as being grounded and being one with the universe. I love you so much. My peace I give you. Shotori be ete ya ato jarabokuri binda anderibokure ba ata. As you hear these words that my son is speaking to you, understand that it is me and that I am using him as a conduit. The same way your electricity flows through wires, so is he. Because we're all energy. And realize that there is no traditional method in which I speak to man like you assume. That you have to have a pulpit or a platform or speak in esoteric type excellent speech. This is one person that has opened their lives to me, and I'm able to speak through them. Shutori bianda zidabokura baataya zedekete. For as the sun sets, so I set in man's life each evening to give revelation knowledge to those that believe and to inspire upon those that want to believe. And as you combine the two, you get a completion of who I am, and I am pure positive energy in all life. I am everything, and I am in everything. I have no type of revenge. There's no need for me to have revenge. Revenge is a creation of a fearful, compatible partnership of man, meaning a complete desecration of one that wants to be better than the other. Realize that for me to have revenge, I would implode in my own, because I am everything and everyone. And you have just put me in a box to think that I am just good, or I give bad to those that think that they are good and I'm to punish them. That is not who I am. I am in everything. And it is up to you to realize that you are that same component. And realize that I flourish in all. Shotori biinda zatori beete yomoho veke jata. Fret not yourselves because of those that try to hurt you, that try to even unlife you, because they will fall into that very net that they set for you if you do not give energy to it. If you do not react in a negative aspect and allow my energy to flow through you the way it was designed to do, you will see instant results. But we're always looking for the revenge. Oh, he hurt me. She hurt me. Get him, God. That's your understanding of who I am. But who I am and who I will always be is pure positive thoughts, contrary to popular belief. So, family, realize that you have the same capabilities as this avatar Bret Lawson is sitting before you now have. And yes, you may even say, damn, this shit is weird. This is different. It's only different because you have not came into this understanding of life. But you better believe he's not intimidated. He's not afraid. He's not going to draw back because you feel indifference. Understand that you are one that will be converted as someone that will speak their purpose the way he is. Because I put you all here in the universe to speak purpose. He's not one that has just been set aside to do this. I created all beings to do this. He has just left the building of the domestic herd mentality because he realized there was nothing to fear, not even of death. And now he understands that he can speak whatever he wants to speak. And what resonates, what he speaks to the nations or to beings, if it resonates for you, then it's for you. If it doesn't, then, it's not for you. But it doesn't mean that it's not good. It only means that you're on different frequencies. It only means that you're not where he is or where she is in life. Stop being so judgmental if someone has a different opinion or a different platform than you. Better yet, you should encourage them. Encourage them to believe in their pure positive aspect in life. Case in point, you can fuss at a child and say, stop doing that and stop doing that. And that child will stop for a minute, but guess what? He'll be right back at it again. Because it is pure positive energy in that child to continue to play. You can even whoop that child. He'll cry for a minute, but you'll find him playing right back in the same purpose that I sent him to do. Don't lose your essence. Remember you as a child and how you were happy. Remember all of these things and you'll remember your aspect of why you're here. Because we all have purpose. We all have a divine purpose in life. Because we all have platforms. Our platforms is our lives. And there are people that we don't know that are observing our lives. Should we lower our standards to please those people? Hell no. We should live our life in a pure, positive, essence way so that others will be able to do the same thing. I ain't talking about no crazy, negative stuff. I'm talking about LOV. I'm talking about pure, positive energy, not allowing the what we call the analogy of love to be something that is vulnerable. You see, love doesn't mean weakness. Love means fully being aware of who you are and embracing it. Look at the movie Lucy. You'll get a good download and an understanding of what being one with the universe is without the Hollywood glow up on it, you know. Look at the pure positive aspects of it. I think you'll find it very intriguing. So, family, I've enjoyed this time with you. As always, love you. Thank you so much for being here with me. And until next time, have a blessed day on purpose.